What's up? What's up, Facebook? We back at it again. This time, Friday night, quick edition. Just wanted to go over a few things. We're going to talk about confirmation and how the spirit works and talks to us. You know, how evidence of things not seen and substance of things hoped for, how that actually happens. But before that, like always, a little music.
Spit hip hop free, squeeze juice from my family. Dangerous opportunity, rise and fall, meet the enemy. They offering immunity, but don't live in our community. So we keep our kids' minds healthy. Spit hip hop free, squeeze juice from my family. Dangerous opportunity, rise and fall, meet the enemy. They offer immunity, but don't live in our community. So we keep our kids' minds healthy. Spit hip hop free, squeeze juice from my family. Dangerous opportunity, rise and fall, meet the enemy. They offer immunity, but don't live in our community. So we keep our kids' minds healthy. Spit hip hop free. Squeeze juice from my family. Deity personality. Foundation theory. Awaken to the enemy. Only physically free. The feed. Got rappers being stingy. A whack copy. Hocus picture of reality. The money's not in sight. Sin breezy right. Days dark as night. Opportunity treated light. We right for the picking. Jailhouse sitting. We're bitten and we're hitting. But still we rise and fit in the system. We get it. Stick and move to get them. Items we selling, drinking, smoking, and chilling. Who's willing to change or increase on range? This level of pain makes the world seem strange and plain view. That funky and new, brand hip hop for you. Rappers having a clue. A fool can feel the squeezing, juice mixed with reason. Self-knowledge leading is the harvest disease. Come on, dangerous opportunity, rise or fall, greet the enemy. They offer immunity, but don't live in our community. So we keep our kids' minds healthy. Spit hip hop free, squeeze juice from my family. Dangerous opportunity, rise or fall, greet the enemy. They offer immunity, but don't live in our community. So we keep our kids' minds healthy. Spit hip hop free, squeeze juice from my family. Enemy escaping, lyrical ciphers I made. Rotating in play, baby sweet cage. Street science state, slave thought break. Dangerous move create, nature control. Face you overestimate dreams. Quick come up schemes, for the cream and the means. Still be heard or seen. Your fiends for that, I risk behavior at best. Streets live off stress, inject the hell to digest. Protect your neck, the enemy slick. Government and politics, those Roman tricks. Slave money benefits for rich, post this. Some hit, some miss, hands turn to fist. In the fist we learn, cause Hollywood burn. Street money earned until the tide turns. A year for opportunity for black community. Hip hop juice for family. Recognize the enemy. Come on now. Dangerous opportunity, rise and fall.
Dangerous opportunity. It's almost like this whole life that we live is a dangerous opportunity, an opportunity for us to get better or an opportunity us to fall and decay. It's all in the mind, whatever your mind can project. So I wanted to actually talk about confirmations. I've been getting so as we're rolling into these new energies that's going on. As you can see, animals are getting smarter. Well, more videos, more of them coming up to actual humans asking for help. So there's a lot of spiritual energy. So if they're getting that, I'm just saying we getting shit too. So start recognizing these new energies and these confirmations when self is talking to you. All right. That self represents who? That represents your highest self, your God, the God in you, the Allah in you, the Buddha in you, the Jesus in you, whatever. Anyone that you're looking out for, those energies are in you, right? And you start to get these confirmations of what's really going on. And it builds the whole thing of what faith is about. Because what is faith? Evidence of things not seen by others, but seen by you. And it's only seen by you because the spirit in you, your spirit of truth, is talking to you and it's telling you to look for this, watch this. All right. Then that builds the substance of things hoped for. Because if you can experience this inner you, this higher energy in you, then you would probably want others to experience it too. All right. That's when the confirmations start coming. That's when you start building this relationship with you, not anyone else. Because a lot of people out there faking to be one thing, but that's not even who they really are. So it's tough. Jazzy Pizzle,
What's up, bro?
what's
happening?
good, man?
Not too much. I'm just trying to set my headphones. I'm here, but I'm
No,
just
you straight. You straight. I was just sitting there going over a quick breakdown of confirmations and how they happen within the spirit, and how without these confirmations, to be honest with you, it's very, very difficult for you to progress.
hmm
Very difficult. Only because the truth is on the inside of you. So there has to be an inner confirmation of what's going on the outside of you.
word.
What Jazzy would always say is try the spirit by the spirit.
hmm
Something in your mind you said, I need to happen. I'm trying the spirit, go. And you wait for it to happen to see if it happens. And if it happens, then that's something that you projected from the inner you to the outer you, from that higher you, that highest you, which we all have. Well, most of us have, I should say. But we all have that inner spirit of truth. No matter how small a little voice it is, it's still a voice. That's in the Bible. You with us, Jazzy?
What's up, bro? I can't get them to work.
We
So we
can't
going
get to it. We can hear you.
I know I can't get my. I was trying to connect the Bluetooth.
Oh,
Okay.
there you go.
Yeah, they ain't working.
Oh,
So we're gonna do it freestyle way without it. It's first time without it, but hey,
old fashioned.
you're old fashioned. What was we doing before this, right?
We always sit there, me and Jazzy laugh because we talk about spiritual stuff whether we're on something live or not.
Word.
And every time we start talking about something spiritual, at the end of it, we always say, we should have recorded it.
Every time, every time, every
We should have
time.
recorded. So, Jazzy, give me a quick breakdown of what you think confirmation means to you. How, when you tried the spirit by the spirit, what did that do for you? How did that get you, like you said, oh, I'm never going back?
Well,
I'm never going back.
hey, it's just the confirmation is beautiful. It's just like I told the story on here before about that about the book, and actually this weekend I'm gonna start digging into it. But
You've been
like
saying start digging into that book forever. Go
I,
ahead, though.
hey man, I'll talk about this later, that part later. But with the with the book, okay, mental been telling me for it so long.
Get the book. Get the book.
Get the book, get the book, get the book. Then he said, and I said, you know what? I said, this was at the end of last year. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna will that book into my life, And then I said, that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, you know what? I told that story. I'm gonna tell them your story. Okay, when you was getting ready to get your e-bikes, right?
Oh, there you go.
When you was getting ready to get your e-bikes, and then you was like, yo, I've been searching them. I got it down to a science now. I know which one I want. This one is the best for my money, this and that, whatever. And then I don't know if a check or something came through. A check came through for you.
Yep.
Just out of the
Yep.
blue.
And I got me some bread to buy it. And then I had the money ready, everything.
And then I said, you know what to do? I said, before you do it, I said, give it 3 days and leave it up to
I
the
thought you said a
spirit.
week.
Was it a week? I thought it was
I
3.
thought you said, yeah, give it a week.
Oh, it might be
And
a week.
after that week, whatever you feel, do it. And then then go ahead and tell the story.
So I said, if it was 3 days or a week, I can't remember. But I told him, I said, you know what? Just ask the spirit. The spirit will let you know. And then, boom, 3 to 7 days or whatever, how it went by, he got his answer. And then the answer was, I think, was it the check that made the whole thing?
No, when we waited the three and they went on sale, they were $300
It
cheaper
was right, right, right,
per
right,
bike.
right, right. And
And
so
we were like, oh, snap.
that's what it was. That's exactly what it was.
Confirmation of okay, now is the time. Go ahead.
And it made it cheaper for you. So that was the
Right.
thing. It was just like trying the spirit by the spirit and the will. I ordered food. Give me 1 second, mental. I'll be right back.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You straight. But basically, we were sitting there and he was like, so my spirit says, wait, don't buy them right now. Give it 7 days. So he's like, okay. All right. So I was like, all right, I talked to him. I give it some time. I give it some time. So I gave it 7 days, and within them 7 days, somehow they went on sale and they were $300 cheaper than what they were before, and it was just like perfect. All right, boom, 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 and it was just confirmation. Now this is confirmation on something that's physical. You also get spiritual confirmation on things that you're thinking. Did I just talk to my grandma in my sleep? And then you'll start seeing things, your grandma's colors or something that reminds you of your grandma, her jewelry or what have you. Those are confirmations, letting you know your spiritual you is opening up. And this is going to happen for a lot of us, whether you're ready for it or not, because it's happening as we speak. All right. That's the spiritual you, the opening up of the inner you, because the inner you is where everything is at, like the iceberg. All you see is the tip of the iceberg, but underneath it could be a mile big. You don't know. But inner you, that's how powerful you are on the inside of you. And that's how necessary these confirmations are, these revelations, these insights. That's when the light bulb goes on. All right. Where does the light bulb come on in? In darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Triple stage. Where do we get born at? In darkness. I was listening to the dude that said he's nigga, I came out of heaven. Nigga, heaven was between the legs of a black woman. And I went back in and came back out again. He was trying to make a reference, you know what I'm saying, according to what they got in the scriptures. What is heaven? I mean, you can envision it right here, right now. But
Mm-hmm.
someone has convinced you that heaven is when you die. No. Earth is spinning in space. Shit. Just like every other body is spinning in space or in space. That means we're part of the heavens, even if we're part of the lower heavens, we're still part of the heavens. There's still a plan for us.
Hmm.
So,
Oh, I don't know what you were saying before while I was gone, but we was talking about confirmations, right?
yep, that's what I was just talking about. It kind of
Okay.
flew.
So that was a story about the bikes. Then it's so many times. It's just that you know what, and then one of the
Bikes,
things, the
book,
bikes, the book, no,
the
I got
job,
the job.
how you got the people off on the job off your ass.
Yeah, that I mean it's so many things is and it's just that you know what and it started I remember when I just said that I was going to start taking a break like from social media and everything
Yep.
for like 3 days or so, and then he's like, oh, you ain't got to do that, this, that, or it's like kind of me is feeling distracted by a lot of the things, and then uh, when I start getting distracted, I mean, that's the whole thing. It's just that you don't want to be something that goes ahead and pull you this way, that way, this way, or that way. So you got to get, have balance and be able to control. You don't want nothing to be a device. Everything is a device to you not to it. So I started to go ahead and I would start taking breaks and everything. And then the next thing, and then we just start. And then one of the things, I haven't done it in a while, but last year we was gonna say, I mean, what we wasn't gonna say, what we said was that every money, monetary wise, that went out, we would go ahead and say,
Oh, get it
a
back a
return,
million fold.
return, yeah, return a million fold, no matter what it is, and
But you got to remember when you're talking to the spirit, everything don't come. If you say, okay, I want to be a millionaire, right
it don't have
now,
to be, but it
you
don't have to
rich.
be money though. It
You
don't
know the
have to
truth.
be
Truth is
right.
priceless. Knowing is priceless.
So
So
I
when I
don't.
talk to people, oh, go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want people to get misunderstood that by saying 100 fold that can be used so many different ways is but if you allow spirit to do it, it comes back in many the right way, out of all the ways. So like it may come in the form of a new job, it may come into a form of a new vehicle, it may come into a form of a new home, it may come into a form of new knowledge and mind expansion. So it can come in any way as long as that you allow spirit to go ahead and
But
be the in
the
the driver's
key of
seat.
it is it was already there, but now
Right.
your eyes have been opened.
Hmm.
That's what the whole theme of my book. Overstanding Darkness 2, the upgrade, the one that's coming out, is
Mm-hmm.
opening up your eyes so you can truly see.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are still got kitty eyes. They got baby eyes and teenage eyes. They ain't got grown folk eyes. Okay? They
It's
still
because
looking
of the
like when they were kids or in teenagers. That's the way their whole outlook, their whole consciousness is. Go ahead.
that because that's a lot due to programming. You got to look at it. It's like it's a heavy influence of programming of how you supposed to be, how you supposed to look, what you supposed to say, where you supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? What you supposed to know, what you not supposed to know. So you know this physical plane has a lot already. So it's just that you, the programming, I mean, that you getting from even from the moment you come out, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Your parents, and then you got school. You know, and school is a whole different other type of programming. You know, you getting a lot of his story, you getting a lot of, you know, so I mean,
You're
you
getting
get
bullshit. Training.
the moment
Work
that you
for
go
him, be like him, believe in whatever he says to believe in. That's
when the
85% of the people right here.
and
That sheep.
but a lot of times I mean, I know I'm not the only one that has ever thought that, like, you know what, this is all bullshit. This something, I mean, it's just like I'm not the only person. I mean,
Well,
kids even think that while they growing up. Why am I have to do this? Why are you making me do that? You know what I'm saying? Because
I think the difference is now is that the truth is prevalent. Now, if you really want to know the truth, you can find it.
yeah, but a lot of people are holding on to that part to go ahead and make that not be a thing too. You see what I'm saying? So that's
What make not what be a thing.
for you to go ahead and try to go towards and say, hey, look, I want to know this, that, or whatever. You still got
Oh
old
yeah, they're
guards
gonna try
that's
to
out
block
there.
you at every edge.
You
That's why you gotta have that fever.
you
If you
got
got the fever for the truth, it's inevitable. I don't give a fuck what you do. You're
hmm
gonna search it out. It's gonna smack you in the face until you see it. I mean, it's one of
hmm
them things. Once you
hmm
become activated, once that pineal gland starts functioning,
but you know another
once that
side of
spiritual aspect, that consciousness, that awakening, that being
hmm
born again. What is being born again? Once again, being born again in mind and how you think and see everything is totally different.
I mean, and not just their way, because they'll open up a little can or put a rip in the society just for you. Just open the can enough, a little bit, just so you can see
Just to get a
inside,
little whiff.
so they can draw you into another way. You know what I'm saying? So the whole thing is just being, you know, going deep inside yourself and allowing spirit and having a strong belief and knowing. And that's
Well, no, the number one, we got to stop believing shit. That's our biggest issue. Because
hmm
if you can catch someone up in believing, you got them. Because you can make them believe
hmm
anything.
and then there's
Unfortunately.
sometimes the ones that go ahead and that, you know, like if you look at it, I was reading up about a lot of stuff about Tupac been coming through lately, and it's, you know, and it's just like the stuff that he said. And you know, I've seen the one where it started out with Brenda's having a baby and it showed the girl in the picture that was having a
Hmm.
baby, and then the stuff with his mom and then other women. So it's just like, you know, the black woman is the, you know, that's where it all starts. And then the whole thing is, if you can program her.
Well, that's when they got them with the Section 8 and the welfare and the food stamps. Yeah, we'll give you all the money you need to function, you run your house as long as your man ain't there. But they didn't know
eh,
no better. They was just doing what they could do. I mean, it is what it is.
it's still going there though. It's telling, you know, you got to look like this is a black woman. You ain't this unless you have that. You know what I'm saying? And
Well,
you got to be trying to get this from a man. And if you
well,
ain't
let's be
one of,
let's be real. We failed the black women. The black men failed the black women, but we were the first target.
mm,
The black woman was always the secondary target. If they know they
but
can get past the men, all right,
that
now the women don't
we,
have no protection.
and
Now
that's
we
what
can
I'm
get at
saying.
them.
That's what I'm saying. And
You
and
know what
that's
I'm
that's
saying?
where it has to go ahead, and it has to be a spiritual thing where it's gonna have to go ahead, and it's got to stop because it's starting now, as you can see.
Not really. I mean, you got to also remember, all of us are royal. Either we're from here on
hmm
Earth, or we're from the goddamn stars.
hmm
Now, either you're a god or you're a human. I mean,
But what I'm
It,
saying
it,
is
it,
the programming though is what I'm saying is that they just
but
tweaked it.
what I'm saying is, if you are a God, you going back up there regardless.
Mm,
You'll wake up one day. All it takes is that ping. It takes that one thing to wake you up. In
mm,
fact, time will wake you up in itself because that's where you're from. Everyone from there up there goes back up there. People that are from here earn the right to go upwards because they're from here.
mhm,
So they gotta earn the right to move through the universe. And the one, all of us down here are earning something, learning something and earning something to get when we get back up there. Because, like we keep saying in the book of Enoch, this decay, this death, this entropy is wrapped in centropy.
mhm,
So we're all going back to centropy unless you don't choose the love and light, unless you don't want to go by the plan that's been already written out for countless worlds, for countless millenniums.
mhm,
This earth on itself has been used for millions of years to procreate life, different type of life.
mhm,
It gets to a certain point, whoop, 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 destroys itself, or it gets destroyed, start all over again. We get some more life in this motherfucker. Don't get it twisted.
mhm,
You know, in the Bible itself, it has 4 different creation stories.
mhm.
In the Bible, 4 different creation stories. Adam and Eve was one. Let there be light. In the beginning, there was when the over the dark sea there was nothing. Then I said, "Let there be light." That's another one. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word became flesh. That means in the beginning was the Word. What is the Word? The Word is the vibration.
Mhm.
The Word is the seed of vibration, of light, of frequency that moved through a darkness that had nothing moving through it, and it created something. It created a ripple. That ripple then created something, and as it started rippling, creation started forming in the darkness before it became the light.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
then shit started in the darkness. It wrapped itself up so tight that it became a sun. sun/son.
So, mhm.
And where did the sun come out of? It came out of the great womb, the mother
Mhm.
womb of the
Mhm.
darkness of space.
Mhm.
Can't say it enough. 93% of space is dark. 7% suns, supernovas, all that, stars, and all that shit you see. That's how vast it is. And all of that represents the mother, that darkness. The
Mhm.
sun came out of the what? The south gate.
Mhm.
Sounds like it was pregnant. The darkness was pregnant.
Mhm.
And what did it do? It replicated as above, so below.
Mhm.
Women get pregnant. The baby comes out of what gate? The south gate. You can't make this shit up.
Mhm.
This is what we used to know back in Egypt, back in Samaria, back in Atlantis.
Mhm.
Even before then, we've been on this earth for millions of years. They've done a fabulous job of de educating us and training
Calcifying.
us to be a certain way.
Calcifying.
Decalcifying, putting it in. They've done a fabulous job. I'm with you, Jazzy. I understand.
Mhm.
But guess what? All they made was stronger individuals. Everybody right now has the capacity to wake the fuck up if you black and you got 90. Every last one of us. I don't care what situation you're in.
Mhm.
Because the healing powers are back. You can heal yourself, you can heal others.
That's what we was talking about this week too. Healing.
Healing. I learned that if I just take my minerals, fresh honey, squeeze some lime, and one lime, um, put my little minerals, my little African mango and ginger and colon cleanse and all my little stuff in there. Make me a little tea and drink it out. That's all I really need for all day. That's all the minerals I require for the body for the day. So I really don't need to eat. Remember, I was telling you I was never hungry.
Right.
I never got hungry. I'd smell stuff and be like, "Ooh, I could eat," but I wasn't hungry.
Mhm.
That was that confirmation. Oh, okay. When they say the body can run off nothing for a long time, now I start to
And
understand.
then that's why people do when they do fast. They know that their body, you know. So so that's the whole thing is too. There's more than one different type of fast. You don't have to just do food. You can do like what I was doing. I was doing fasting from social media from Wednesday until Sunday. So I mean, there's multiple different types. All of it, whatever you feel is going to build your muscles in a certain area, the spiritual muscles. You know what I'm saying? Your thought, the things you do. So I mean,
Building that
I mean,
spiritual body up.
because
That's the body you're gonna get when you get up off this earth. If it's built
mhm,
up, if it's ready. If
mhm,
not, you'll do just a recycle. Come on back down here for another go round. But I mean, we're in the I try to always do it with the double-edged sword, Jazzy, for a reason. We're in the infinite and eternal. So what does it matter?
mhm.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It
Because
really don't
there,
matter how many
no,
times you're down here doing this over and over again if you're part of the infinite and the eternal.
but you can be so not woke. I mean, not, so asleep to the point that you, no, I'm serious. You haven't
You
even
right?
experienced that side of anything. You know what I'm saying? You're controlled by the here and now, the things that are controlling the saying. If you want to be this, you got to do that. If you want to look like this, you got to do that. Those are the things that's happening right now. So that's why I said every time you that something released spiritually, there's also going to be that much released on the opposite end as well.
Facts. Facts.
So
Or when
you
you
see what I'm saying?
gain something spiritually, you're gonna
So
release something
something
physically.
that it
Yeah,
has to
I know what
happen.
you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. No matter how much some are, but they're then that's where they saying that they gonna try to close the pressure on the other side so nobody can know.
Mm.
So and they're gonna teach you to go ahead and do their way. And
But the
that's the whole
good thing
thing.
of it is, we just stated all the truth is in you. You don't need anyone for that.
Yeah, you know what? And that's the word right there. When they say the word, you see what I'm saying? You speaking the word,
I like that.
you see what I'm
Break
saying?
that down. I like that.
So that's the thing is just that you releasing vibration through because that's what it was. It was
Yeah.
sound. It was vibration that went ahead and that shook everything from the beginning of time. So it's the
Stirred up
same
the
thing now.
darkness.
It's gonna stir up if by just the word. You know what I'm saying? Release this, that, or you don't. It's all within inside of you. A lot of people have been programmed for a long time. That's what I'm saying. So it takes that one little word that you can go ahead and say that it go ahead and it's like, look,
Break the
everything that you need
programming.
is all within inside yourself. It ain't in
Mm.
no book. It ain't in what people say. It ain't in what people think. It ain't in none of that. It's all inside of you.
Ashe. Facts.
So
Everything at your
everything,
fingertips. If you
everything.
would dare explore the inner you. Now, don't get it twisted. It ain't for the faint-hearted. Because you got to deal with your shadows. Shadows. You got to deal with the you that you don't like about you. That's what we call shadow work.
And
Dealing with
that's the
the
part
you
that's
don't like about you.
may seem more scarier than anything that's possible
Anything else? Yeah.
because you're going up against your worst part of you.
You.
And I'm the worst part. You know what I'm saying? It's not even like happy go lucky. You know what I'm saying? You
No.
dealing with the reverse side of everything that you despise about yourself is that what you're going up against, and and that takes a lot of work.
Takes a lot of honesty
That's
and
what it
being
is.
truthful with self. That's where most people fall off. Being truthful with self is probably the only prerequisite. No, prerequisite. No. How do
Pre
you say it, Jay?
prerequisite.
Yes.
Prerequisite.
What you need before you can start to become conscious. Because you cannot be conscious of self if you lie to yourself.
You know what it's going to
That's
take?
dead.
You know what it's going to take? The first step is just yielding to love. That
That's almost the and towards the last. Because that
no,
last
because
step when
no, loving yourself enough. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing to say, look, I don't have to deal with this. I don't have to go through this. I can, you know what I'm saying? I can go with that side myself.
I was just thinking of this. It's funny we should say it. I was just thinking now, you may not agree with me, but
Mm-hmm,
I was thinking I love myself more than anyone else.
mm-hmm,
But I love other people.
mm-hmm,
My babies, but I love myself
mm-hmm,
more.
mm-hmm.
Can you say that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm saying over your own daughter,
No, yes,
your
I love
son. You
myself.
know what I'm
I,
saying?
you know what, and that's where it's hard because it's
That,
just like, you know what I'm saying? Because everything is a part of you already. So by you loving
facts.
yourself, you see what I'm saying?
There it is.
That's
That's
where
the meaning. That's the key
that's
right there.
that's the part that people misunderstand. It's not saying that you don't love anyone else or this or that. It's just saying that it's just like when you're on the airplane where we always say the only way that you can help anybody else is by putting that, because they're going to say, in case of an emergency, the
Put
oxygen
that air
mask's going to
joint on
drop.
you
He
first.
said put it on you first. Avoid putting it on. Don't try to put it on your children, your babies, nothing until you get, because if you don't take care of you, then everything else is gone too.
Gone.
So that's why I said, so it's the way it's formed, or the way that it is put out there. It makes it sound like maybe you may, no, you it's saying that you don't love. No, it's that you love yourself enough that everyone else that will love, and I mean that you have love for, will go ahead. It's all, you have to be the first. You have to be the first thing. You came into this world by yourself, and you're gonna leave by yourself.
In
So
a relationship, if you love yourself enough, you're only going to tolerate so much things that you don't like. Why? Not because of the person over the other side. Is I know I want to be treated a certain type of way.
and the
And
only
if
way
you
you
can't do it,
do
don't
it,
get it
yeah.
twisted. I ain't mad at you. But
Hmm.
oh no, I'm done.
Hmm.
I see where this is going. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And vice
Hmm.
versa for a woman. I
Hmm.
see where this is going.
And especially in
You should
abuse
always,
situations, especially in abusive situations, because it's
yeah,
been like, that's very so touchy, and it's, and it's a lot of women, or maybe men too, that's in that situation where they're afraid, but the thing
yeah.
about it, what you have to do is just going to go ahead and say, you got to say to yourself and mean it deep down in your soul, I love myself enough that I refuse to go ahead and be this way anymore.
There, I refuse. And know that you have your mother's mother, your grandmother, your great great grandmother, your great 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 grandmother, grandfather, your great grandfather, all the way back 20 generation of energy in you, willing to help you if only you would let it. That's your spiritual energy, your
And
spirituality. If only you would
you will
let this
find
energy
that
come forth,
you will find it if you go inside yourself, because
you
you
will
know what,
find it.
if you that's the
And
whole thing is, when
everything
people,
that you see in the dark is you. Don't be afraid. I
don't be
can't stress
afraid.
that enough. That's the biggest thing that stops people from getting into the peace spirit,
Fear,
because they start
fear.
seeing these monster shits. They're not monsters, they're
Mhm.
energies, and they represent your energy, your power. It's you.
You know
Go,
what?
my bad, Jazzy.
Since we're talking about that monster in simpler terms, is if you are that woman that's in that abused relationship, and that is the monster. That's the monster. It's the same thing. You just flipping it. You know what I'm saying? You got to go ahead and say, look, you know what? I refuse, because sometimes it comes a life or death, and that's when a lot of people make change, when there's something where it's a life or death
Life
situation.
or death.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And then it comes to a point where it's just like, wow. Then you wake up, and then you're like, you know what? Life is too short. I am not about to allow myself to go ahead and refuse to be in this situation another day. You know what I'm
And
saying?
how does the spirit get activated? Trauma
Trauma, repetition, and symbols. You know what I'm
and
saying?
symbols.
So the thing is you're gonna see all of that.
And then they develop the symbols. When they see a person behaving a certain way, they already know, oh, that's that abusive bullshit. They ain't even got to do it. They can see the symbols of it.
Hmm.
That's the
It becomes a
reaction. That's
symbol
the
too.
micro expression.
It becomes a symbol. You get to go ahead and recognize those things, and like, hey, I remember this, or I know which way this goes. So that's the whole thing is just like
And it may not
recognize.
even be in your relationship. You
It,
recognize it
as
because you
it is.
know it. You've
Hmm.
seen it.
Hmm.
You were it at one point.
Hmm. Right. And people can, if you experience it, you can see it in others. And that's,
Well,
you
in my
know,
book, I say knowledge, wisdom, and understanding turns into evidence, experience, and reason.
hmm,
It's the next level. It's the 360 to 720. Then
Mm-hmm.
evidence, experience, and reason turns into cosmic awareness, universal love, and deep spiritual insight. That's that 1180. All that is now that's being born again from
Mm-hmm.
360 to 720 to 1180. All that is you now opening up your eyes and seeing more, being able
Mm-hmm.
to overstand what you're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because she was in an abusive relationship, she could see automatically, poor girl, she getting abused. I'm gonna go over there and whisper in her ear and be like, baby, you ain't gotta take that bullshit. That's how
Mm-hmm.
you become empowered.
Mm-hmm.
Not only
Mm-hmm.
don't you not fear it, now you go fight it
Mm-hmm.
when you see it.
Mm-hmm.
Because think about it, all we do right now, we're just fighting ignorance,
Right.
misunderstandings,
So it's just weird
tradition,
that it's weird that we're talking about this because
training.
maybe somebody is going through that is watching this or that this will reach, to go ahead and help them in their situation. The thing is, at work this week, I started a new job, so I'm like
Mm.
so far behind in my training part because when I came, I just was like, boom, I'm ready to work. You know what I'm saying? So, and then hey, I started to remember because you know what I'm saying? How like in the spirit, like we say, you know what? It's all you've done is all you have to do is just remember,
You're
from
not
your
learning anything new.
from your
Facts.
lives or whatever. So
Facts.
this
Because someone
brings me
if someone
this
in your 20 generations have done the job, you know how to do it.
so check this out. When I worked there before. So this is I'm leading with this so y'all follow me. So I worked there eight, 8.5 years ago. Um,
Okay.
okay, so I knew the process and everything. So it's just like when we say in the spirit, everything is nothing is new under the sun. You just remember it. So when I walked into this job, it was all just remembering. It's the same thing. So I'm
Same
just
thing.
so I just started to work, and then the whole thing is I never took all my training classes because so now I'm sitting there trying to catch up. There's like I open my thing and look at my email and it's like due tomorrow. So it got so bad that yesterday, the day before, my supervisor came to me and he said, hey, well, you're gonna have to tomorrow is your Friday, so I need you to after lunch. You got like four training, that the company
Just get it
requires me to
done.
take.
Don't even
He's
come
like,
down. Don't even work. Just go get it, finish it up. I know what's going on. I see
you
it.
know. So I was like, hey, I said, I'm not going to just do it unless y'all tell me. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's just the programming part, but and just remember it. So during one of those things, it's funny that we talking about the situation because you can relate it to anything. It was talking about when um, a shooter, or something comes, like, how they've been Orlando with the nightclub,
Uh-huh.
Vegas. They was giving all these examples, like in a, somebody came into your job or something like that. So these same things, what we saying, you can do them in your life. The first one was just to get out. You know what I'm saying? Just get out. So if you're in that type of relationship or whatever, where it's, just leave before, you know what I'm saying? That's the first thing. The next
Or it
step,
gets too bad.
the next phase is if you're going through it and it has got to the next level of bad, try to get covered. You know what I'm saying? Because the intruders coming through, and you maybe heard them or something. Like, and you so take cover. And then the last, where you dig deep, that's when you know that you're tired and that you don't want to be doing the same stuff that you've been doing. Is when the intruder is right in front of you, and it's either you against them, and then you
Mm.
have to. So
So
that's when the spiritual awakening starts to happen, is what we're talking about. It's just that it can go through the first phase is just like somebody just telling you, or you recognize, and oh wow, I know this ain't this different and this, that, or whatever. And then the next phase is just like, damn, this shit is real out here.
this is
You know what I'm saying?
real.
You know what I'm saying? The streets not safe.
This is right.
So you know what I'm saying?
I need
So
help. Help.
then you go to that third phase when it's just like it's just
It's
you against them.
undeniable.
Yeah. So it's just like,
Some people
okay,
still deny it. You talked about people that been in the game for a long time and went right back to church.
because I think
I
that they
don't know.
thought, I think
You
they
know how
thought it
much
was going to
energy
be
they have to
easier.
spend to fight that outer spiritual pull of you know better, you know better, it's a
Hmm.
lie, it's a
Yeah,
lie,
man, that's, and then so you know what, that part right there, a lot of people may have, and that have been through or going through or maybe getting ready to go through. The thing about it is that then now you're being pulled multiple ways, like he was just saying, and that's kind of, you know what I'm saying. So and then what one part is, I believe that some people go back, and it's because they feel it's, I already know that path, I already know that it's easier, you know what I'm saying. So and then they give up. But then when they
yeah,
get there, but then when they get there, they still know, like, you know what, now you're responsible because you know. So whatever all that you've encountered and that you learned and that you know now you're accountable because you know better. So the thing is, so now you're
know
being
better, do
pulled,
better.
and you have to, because if you don't, everything is in your mind.
Well,
That's what the
remember,
whole thing.
either we're getting better or getting worse every
Yeah.
day, every second, every moment. You're making
Then
better decisions or worse decisions.
so then you become like that person that's like the alcoholic on the street. You know what I'm saying? Or you become the bum, or I hate to call them bums, and I will refuse from that, because I'm gonna tell you that story after this. Okay, but when I'm just using those for examples is because
Hmm.
then you just like, you're spiritually just wounded, and you're just sitting out there, you're like a zombie, you don't know which way to go, what to do, you
Cheap.
know what I'm saying. And then you're being right, so you're a spiritual zombie, so that's the whole part right there. So then you're running from yourself, but you're also trying to preserve what else that you've been brought up, or that you, from hurting or starting, so that's the part where you got to go ahead and face your own giant. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, what, am I going to go with what I know, or am I going to go what somebody told me? You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And then that's the transformation right there, when you go ahead and say, you know what, I don't give a damn what nobody say, I know for a fact. When you can get to that point in your life, that's when you really on to
Well,
something.
see, but then that's when they hit you. If you try to go to their psychologist, they put you on drugs, they numb your thinking in your mind, make you sleepy, so you don't have that extra uh, to go
Yeah,
there because that
they do
takes energy.
drugs.
Don't get
They
it
do
twisted. It
drugs.
takes
Yeah,
energy. And
yeah.
they're sap that energy through the drugs. I mean, they make shit up. What they say that the heart is a pump. Nigga, the heart
Mhm.
is a valve. All right. It's not a pump. The lungs are the pump. That's why they push and pull, nigga, in and
Mhm.
out. Okay. They lie to us about everything. They say when your stomach grumbles, that means you're hungry. That's a lie. That's the digestive
Just
process. That just
it
means
doesn't
you're
give you
about
the
to shit.
digestion your food.
Okay. Don't get it right. They lie about everything. This
I
is why
mean,
you got
nothing.
to learn, unlearn, and relearn shit the
Relearn.
correct way
Yeah.
because they done got it all fucked up. The body, when you get a fever, what is it doing? It's heating it up in your body up and it's thinning the blood so that you can get rid of whatever the toxins is.
Man,
When
let
you
me tell
break
you.
something and it swells up, why is
Let
it
me,
swelling up? It's giving a location like a beacon saying, yes, we need healing right here. What do? They want to put ice on it. They don't want it to swell. What they do with your fever, they want to bring the fever down
mhm.
instead of let the fever do its job. Then they say, oh, if the fever's too high, you'll die. I ain't seen nobody died from a goddamn fever. When the last time you heard of anyone dying from a fever?
Well, you know what the thing is, that when it's too high, that is true. You can trigger a seizure. You know what I'm saying? And then you start going to seizure. You could die from a seizure.
Says who?
Oh yeah, yeah.
No, no, no. I'm not asking. I
No,
said says who.
I know someone right now, that they
How high
couldn't bring
was
the
the
fever.
fever?
It was high. It was high. It was a kid. And then what happened? The fever got so high that they couldn't bring it down. Then he started going into a seizure. They had to
Going
calm the
into
seizure
well,
down.
I know what you're saying. If it
That's
goes over 105, 106, yeah, you start getting into
yeah.
danger zone.
Right.
I
So,
know what
but I
you're
mean,
saying,
but I'm just saying there are natural remedies too,
but
you
those
know,
are
to
few and far between. That's all I'm
mhm,
saying. That's not the norm. Yes, it probably happens. Shit, everything happens on this goddamn planet at one point or another, but
mhm,
that's not the norm. But
mhm,
they're so quick to treat the fever, even if it's not a dangerous fever. A fever of 101, 102, that's not bad. It's not hurting you, per se,
mhm,
when it's
mhm,
actually trying to get rid of whatever it is. But we've been taught by the Western medicine, they got shit all backwards.
mhm,
Most of the shit they do is backwards. The most of the medicines they give you all these side effects. Why do they have side effects? So they can sell it to you. Because if it was natural, they couldn't make a profit.
mhm.
I
But
mean,
that's
we
the
got to
thing
look at
too.
this shit for what it is.
But see, that's the thing too. That's where like Dr. Sabi and stuff came in too. So like it's just
And
that
what they
if
do to
you,
Dr. Sabi?
yeah,
They killed him.
yeah,
Okay, let's just get it out there. Nigga,
no, no,
anyone that's
no,
gonna
no. What I'm saying though is that us as a collective, you know what I'm
right.
saying? We need to go ahead and start learning how to do things for ourselves, heal ourselves. You know what I'm
Facts
saying? Touch and speak to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because vibration is through your words to go ahead and touch and
and
heal. You
effective
know what I'm saying?
physical.
So, you know, I mean, even as far as like natural remedies, there's, you know, all kind of things that if you feel something coming on, that you can go right in the yard, probably just
Holistic,
pull
yes.
something. And you, so that's what I'm saying. That
And it's as
it's
easy as taking your shoes and your socks off and walking on the bare grass.
that just that easy.
Just that easy.
Vibration, yeah.
In the sunlight.
Hmm.
Let your
So,
energy, all that negative energy will discharge into the earth. It's
but
an
see,
automatic feel good.
that's the thing where once you get to the point where you say, look, you know what, I need to go ahead and know what's good for me, for myself. Then you talk to your spirit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then one thing about your spirit is going to say, you know what, there's some right where you live, right in front of your house. There's some dandelions. Go ahead, bring it in, clean
Well,
them,
you
boil
do
them.
realize that's why they had the Make America Beauty Act when they wanted you to get rid of all the weeds,
Hmm.
dandelions, all that
Hmm.
shit, not knowing that was natural
The
medicine.
natural, right?
Ain't that some something?
A lot of people have right in front of your own house up here. You walk through their front door, you can smell the mint leaves that's right there in front of their yard. I'm just saying, there's natural things too, you know. So that's the thing. Once you start going ahead and you want to get to the point where you say, look, I need to know. You, the first thing is just like talking to the spirits. That thing that when you close your eyes, you can see. When you hold your breath, you know what I'm saying? There's still breath to help you. You know what I'm saying? You breathe in, you breathe out. The thing
Hmm.
that helps you to talk, the eyes that help you to see, you know, the ears that you hear, the feelings, everything when you sleep, you know, that state of consciousness and everything. So that's, if you know about that part of your life, you know that that's the spirit, and that's the part, that's where you need to communicate with. And that comes to what I'm haven't been doing a lot of, but the breathing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Breathing, because
Spirit
spirit is
means
breath.
breath.
So
Right.
that's the whole thing is. So, you know, breathing techniques, you know, to go ahead and get your body and your mind conditioned. And then once you start doing certain things and then you open up, your sensory open up, your spirit starts to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? It starts to lead you. You know what? Nah, just tell them, go ahead. You ain't even interested in going to that tonight. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Yo,
I'm
bro, you
good.
you you missed it. You should glad that you stay home. This type of deal or whatever, because all of this happened or that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So then that's the confirmation that you start to get when you start to
There
listen
was
to
a
your spirit.
shooting.
So when you start to listen to that kind of thing, that's the kind of thing that goes ahead, and then that's who you want to befriend. That should be your number one journey, to go ahead and be close to that part of you, because that part of you is not going to lead you astray. It's not going to.
Facts. The
It's
inner you.
wiser. The inner you is way wiser than the outer you. The outer you is just, this is our flesh. You know what I'm saying? But you talking about spirit, something
You're trying to lean on the infinite and the eternal.
eternal. Yeah. So
Shit that already future and the past or everything.
that's the
That's the
thing right
power.
there. Yeah, that's the
Hey,
power.
I don't want to keep you on too long
No,
or
no, no,
anyone
no,
on too
no,
long,
no, no.
but I'm feeling really. Well,
I
go
got
ahead.
a minute. I got a minute today, so we good. Give me a second. So, I also want to talk about oh, let me wrap that up though. But that's the interview, and that's the part that what I'm saying. That's where you need to know and trust and believe and follow and listen to. That's the spirit that you want to listen to. The part that help you to breathe, the part that like I said, that talking to your organs in your body to keep you alive. That's the spirit. Whatever somebody else say, that's the spirit that's keeping you alive. You need to connect with that. But what I wanted to say, we was talking about, like bums type of deal, and they've been on my mind a lot. Like, like bums, like on the street per se.
Uh-huh.
Um, is because, my mind started to go ahead and I started to think, I was like, what? There's got to be some really, really strong individuals. Everybody look at them as weak, but to go ahead and say, what? I ain't gonna go ahead and get no job so I can drive a nice car. I don't need no nice clothes. I ain't even concerned about. I don't even know
None of that.
where my next meal coming from. I'm gonna always have a place to stay. If I don't, I can go to the county and they'll feed me. They'll clothe me. I'll have a warm shelter. All I gotta do is jaywalk or cuss a cop out and just be put up for a weekend in a warm shelter. I'm those have to be some strong individuals. We look at them as weak, however, they are strong. And
Well,
and you know what?
they've done a
Because they
lot
don't
what
get
we've done.
they don't give a fuck about nothing.
They turned their back on society. Facts.
Nothing. They don't
They don't
care
give a fuck
about
about none of that. None of that.
nothing. Nothing.
Don't mean nothing.
You know how strong you gotta be to go ahead and not care about, what? If you got a roof over your head or you walking wherever you gotta go,
Don't care.
people laughing at you, they don't care about nothing.
Think about it. Think how much more spiritual they are than the man that's going
That's
to
the
the
point.
9 to 5 working,
That's the point. What I'm trying to say.
partaking in everything.
That's what I'm
In
trying
a
to
world.
say.
Remember, it's in a world and not of it. They discovered something about this world that they were not of and said, you know something, I'm good. I'm going to turn my back on all this bullshit. Everything you think I need, I ain't going to worry about.
Man, you ain't getting no tax money out of them. You ain't getting
Nothing.
jack. You ain't getting
Nothing.
nothing.
Nothing. Totally
Nothing from
going
them.
against the system.
They going totally. They don't care about nothing. Nothing. They don't care about what you're doing right in front of them. They don't care.
Nothing will disturb me. And
That's
that's an inner peace.
hey,
Believe it or
nothing
not.
disturbing. That's what I'm saying. It's just like how spiritually connected their mind. If everybody had the mind frame to think like that, not saying to go out and live like that, however, to go ahead and have that mentality that nothing here matters. To go ahead and live your true who you true to be to
Your
yourself,
truest self.
your true
Right.
self.
Mr. Legend said those are actually today's Gnostics, the
Mm,
essences, and the therapeuta. Hope I
mm.
said it right. But yeah,
Okay,
so
see,
it's letting you know. I mean, you can learn. If you ever sat down and talked to one of them, a bum on the street, them
they know a
motherfuckers actually ain't
lot.
stupid now.
No, they
They
not.
are not
They
stupid.
not.
Don't get
They
it
not.
twisted.
Hey, and that ones that should be last are last. I mean, the first should be last, and the last should be first
Shall be
because
first.
mentally they there, they there. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? And they strong enough not to take their life.
Facts. Still
You know,
sticking around,
you
seeing
know
where this
how
shit's gonna go.
man. Some of them I seen when I was a kid, and they just it's got to be something spiritually about them, man. I'm telling you, it's got to be. There's no way. I mean, to go ahead and have
Remember,
that.
whenever you got to fight against society, whatever the norm is, that takes spirit. So if the norm, say for instance, back when people were homosexual back in the 70s and in the 80s, that took spirit because they were shunned, damn near beaten. So that took
Hey,
some type of spirit from somewhere else, some other earthly thing, for them to be like, so I don't give a damn. I'm still gonna be me if I say I want, whatever. I'm just using that as an example, but it takes that bum. It takes spirit, unearthly spirit, to be like, I don't give a fuck what's going on around here. This ain't the truth.
hey. Now listen at this though. Check this out. Okay, mentally they're strong because like I said, they don't give a fuck about nothing, right? Okay.
Right.
So, okay, spiritually, oh, they got to be strong. Do you know that one thing about whenever something goes down that you hear about something, there's always a bum somewhere around there?
Mm.
You ever see in the movies too? It's like when
Mm-hmm.
something goes down, it's always a homeless person or somewhere,
And you
somebody, and they
see him
coming back in the truck,
skedaddling, getting out of there. Oh, let me get out of here.
or they just be just moving along. Nobody, because who's gonna mess with them? They don't care
Who
about
even
that.
sees him?
You're so blind to society that they're right there, and you know what I'm saying. You only see them when they asking for money, or if it's a whole
When they
bunch of them somewhere.
when they
You
interact
know,
with you.
but let me tell you, it's one always walking around, no matter, you know what I'm saying, at the grocery store, this, that, or whatever. You ride through town or whatever, and it's always somebody there when something goes down. And it'd be like, man, yo, it wasn't. But they don't do that in real life. They do that on movies. There was a homeless man. There was a man that was sleeping at the gate. Let's go question him. You know what I'm saying? But these people, they just look over them. All your answers probably right there if you sit down, like I said, and talk to them.
Right there. In you. Waiting for you to come to him. Like, I've been chasing you forever. But you
I
were
see
so
you.
afraid or
Hey,
caught up in religion, or someone said that, oh, it's a demon, and then you keep running and being afraid, so you never get to bless him.
and then you know what? You ever go talk to one of them? They say, "Oh, I know who you are. I know
Uh,
you. I know you since you was a little kid." They've been around in your neighborhood or whatever. They know who you are. Everybody know who they are. Oh, that's Mr. Charlie, this, that, or whatever. But he know everything about you.
mm, facts. It's the legend kept saying those are the essence, essences. There we go. Essences. Okay, okay.
So
So it's just letting you know it takes certain type of power to be able to do that. Certain type of energy. And most people ain't got it. Let's be real.
and another thing too is that you never know if you're entertaining angels. How they say, you know what I'm saying? It could be
Yeah.
the
You
watchers. It could
never
be the,
know.
you never know. Like I said, I remember back in the day, I was coming out of a chick house, right? It was like 3 o'clock in the morning, whatever. You know, I'm young, got my car, you know, and then I hear it's like they was like, yo, and they call my name, and they was down the street, yo. And I was like, who is that? And then I seen it was like a bum, and then I was like, oh, and I was like, yo, what's up? And then he was like, I said, what's? And then he's like, I know who you is, and then he started telling me, he's like, I know what you do, what you was doing up there. I know that, you know what I'm saying? They know stuff about you that you never even knew.
Facts. No, he's just a child. And you're like, how did who? I ain't never seen you. You ain't
I
seen me, but I seen you.
Yeah, I used to come up to the store with your little this, that, what they tell you about you, man.
Mm.
They know about you. And I don't know
Once
what the
again, those are
connection
those
is.
confirmations. Who you are, what you are. The inner you always will give you a confirmation, a revelation, an inspiration, something that's going to show like, oh no, this is what it is. This is what faith is. Evidence of things not seen, substance of things hoped for, not seen by others, but you and your spirit
Yeah.
are as one. So it's showing you what's really going on. So you ain't never got to be in doubt. You ain't got to believe nothing because now you know the inner you and the outer you are one. So you can see things as one. That's like when you take it up when you watch a movie as a human or you watch a movie as a god.
Mm.
Read a book as a human or read it as a god. It depends on your framework.
And you know what? How much you allowed your mind to expand.
Facts. Even key, that mind expansion. If your mind can expand and get bigger and wiser and move off of just earthly things to galactic things, to universal things, then your mind is opening up. That's the opening of the mind, that open-ended mind, the open-ended universe. What we talked about in Enoch and 64 Key. I mean, the book of knowledge. All right, that's that mind expansion, that opening up of the mind. So now you can see a bigger picture, not just the physical earthly picture. but a solar picture or a galactic picture or a universal picture. So you're getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and you're seeing how all this works as one with the Father's plan. It's all part of his plan or its plan or her plan. Okay, it's been going on since the beginning of light. So this is
That's
what
the
I'm
whole,
talking about.
yeah,
This
that's the
is our
thing.
glory, where we're supposed to be headed. Go ahead, Jazzy.
And I agree. I mean, that's the whole thing. Somebody typing.
Yeah, he said Essenes, not essences, but Essenes
You
is the
see.
name of what he was saying.
Oh, okay.
Not essence, essences, Essene.
You see.
Thank you, brother.
So yeah, that's the thing. Is just that allowing yourself to go ahead and trust yourself to open up. Because the whole thing is it's still going back to the first universal law. Everything. The mind. The mind is mental, and I mean, the mind
Everything
is
is the
all,
mind. Is
and
all.
the
Everything is
universe
mental.
is mental. It's just that everything you want, and then that's what I was seeing, that all of these things that we're talking about is that you're being a prisoner in your own mind.
And all you got to do is think differently to change it. This shit is crazy. That's
In
why
your
it's down
own
the rabbit
mind.
hole, baby. Down the rabbit hole.
Once
You
you
try to
realize
talk
that
to
the
it about
things
talk
that
to this about people, you sound crazy.
once you get to the point where you realize that about everything, you start to look at it and you're like, man, it's all in my mind. I just heard just now, it was like worrying about something, worrying over and over and over is not going to extend your life an hour.
Facts. Worry really has no purpose. Think about it. None, all of the negative emotion, envy, hate, jealousy, none of them really have a purpose in your life that helps you.
Mm,
None.
mm.
Not like forgiveness and love and loyalty and respect. Those have purpose. Those are
That's what
energy. Because
that's
when
what I
you use
mentioned.
them, they're
Hmm.
verbs.
Hmm. That's what I
You
was
hear?
saying earlier about that everything goes back to love.
Yeah.
The
Stems
capital
off that
L.
tree. Stems off that tree. Facts.
Everything.
Well, Jazzy, I'm gonna,
Okay.
I know
Okay.
you fresh now.
Yeah, because it's
Sunday, we gonna see how
Friday.
fresh you are Sunday.
Yeah. Sunday be good. Sunday be good. Sunday be good.
So we will get back to it, guys. Thank you for coming in. Um,
Like, share.
like, share, subscribe, of course, of course. This was another doozy, but just some confirmations. We're talking about the inner you. The energies are pouring out right now as we speak. Some on the inner you is trying to talk to you. Let it in. Don't be afraid. It's only you. No matter what it looks like, no matter how it feels, it's only you. Things
Everything
that
is
you
you.
created through your own mind. Go ahead, Jazzy.
And you have the power to heal just by vibrations of your you know what I'm saying? Align your spirit with your vibration of the things that you want to say, and try it. Try it. Heal yourself.
Heal
Heal yourself.
yourself.
Heal yourself if you have to.
What did Talib say? Heal yourself and stop fucking with them hospitals. Yeah, because they not there to heal you.
Heal
I'm gonna
yourself.
tell you
You
right now.
you just tap into what we was talking about that's within yourself, and
Energy's in you.
speak
The
it,
body will
and
heal
speak
itself.
it,
All it needs is some focus.
and speak
Focus
it.
the energy. All right, peace, love. I see you. Hey, Tuesday, we're running down the rabbit hole. Book of knowledge.
Sunday.
Enoch. Sunday. I'm sorry. I don't know where Tuesday came from. Sunday at 2. We'll see you there. Peace and love.
Peace.